And now, without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it's time we head to the keynote sessions to be delivered by some stellar speakers and eclectic leaders we have for the day. So first up, I'd like to extend a very, very warm welcome, adding to our first keynote session of the day. We have Mr. Tariq Ansari, Senior Manager, Systems Engineering, Palo Alto Networks, who will share his address on platformization in cybersecurity, power of integrated AI platforms. Let's welcome him with a round of applause.
So namaste and good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for having us here. I believe everybody is a cybersecurity professional in this room, right? So I would like you to recall your last cybersecurity incident you may have recently, right? It could be around data breach, it could be around ransomware, or anything around that, right? I hope now everybody has an example in his mind, right? Now just imagine and visualize how much time or what kind of efforts you had to do to identify that threat, running in your environment. How many devices you have to touch, how many teams you have to collaborate, right? And what was the overall experience, right? Now with that example in mind, just imagine, consider your organizations, number of devices, number of teams, number of people you have to collaborate, specific threat, right? Now of course, I can imagine it was not easy. It was tedious, it was complex, it was time consuming, right? So this is where, I'm here to talk about cybersecurity consolidation, a platformization approach, a transformative approach to consolidate our security devices, unified our security tools in our organizations, right? Improvise our security postures, unify our defenses against the never-ending wave of cyber attacks which every business is experiencing today. So with that, let me start my presentation. Now everything around cyber attacks are going through at crazy speed, right? If you talk about attack window, the moment somebody releases a vulnerability and the hacker has started to exploit that specific vulnerability, that particular attack time window is shrinking all across, right? So, if you take an example of this Black Pasta ransomware, the attackers could able to complete all the attack life cycle in less than 14 hours. They could able to exfiltrate TBs of data out from the organization. They could able to infiltrate and encrypt thousands of endpoints in that specific organization, which is just a moment of time, like 14 hours, not big time, right? And the problem is this time is continuously shrinking, right? With the enhancement of technologies that are available, this will continue to shrink. The cloud is available for them, right? The cloud is available for the adversaries as well. The AI is available to adversaries, as well. I was just reading the report. Everybody remember the solar winds, right? Which happened some time back. Now, if the solar winds has to happen today, the command and control communications, the processes with the help of AI, the attackers could able to automate and optimize to make sure that the impact would be 10 times larger than what we had some time back. So that's what is happening at the crazy speed, right? But what is happening with the organizations, right? We are at the other end of the other side of the cybersecurity world. For us, of course, things are improving. Technological advancement are helping us to prevent against the cyber attacks, but the progress is not satisfactory, right? As we can see in the other example, the time is shrinking. For us, it is also shrinking, but not at the great scale as we expected, right? Now, because of this dwell time, it is creating an imbalance in the industry, okay, which is challenging the organization's security posture. Now, good part is that we know what is the problem, okay? The problem is complexity. We, as an industry, we are aware about this problem, not today, but since 1999. This is an article from Bruce Schneier talking about the worst enemy of security is the complexity. As we moved into digitalization of all the aspects of our life, right? We are bound to get we are bound to have an environment which is highly complex, right? So in order to make sure that it is safe and secure, it is not easy. So that's exactly the problem we have to solve. Now, I want you to take an example of your own organization, okay? And just imagine how many security devices you have today to safeguard your environment, to safeguard your digital assets, to safeguard your employees, right? It could be firewalls, IPS, APT, endpoint, EDR, SIM, UEBA, all those different kind of solutions you might have. Now, if you look at the count, I'm sure it will be very high, right? For all the organizations. Now, we are responsible to make sure that all these systems are up and running with their best practices available to make sure that you're defended against any cyber threats. On average, a large organization or mid-sized organization typically deploy 32 different security tools to make sure that they are safe and they are secure to do their business, okay? Now, if I have to take an example of, let's say, LockBit 2.0, okay? Just imagine if you have to update your security tools against LockBit 2.0, which is not very new attacks. We are already aware about this specific attack. If you have to update and make sure that all these 32, 20 tools, whatever you have, is configured right way, has all the signature database to safeguard against LockBit 2.0, can you imagine how many products you have to touch? It will be around 8 to 10. So that's the problem we are talking about, right? Now, good part is that the CISO team especially and the executive team is aware about the solution as well. They are keen, they know that consolidation is the only way forward. And if they are able to consolidate their security tools, they will be able to gain a lot of advantage. Simplicity is one of it. The speed, responding against attacks, they will be able to improvise, right? And then, of course, they will run the business more safely against all these attacks. Now, in order to consolidate, right, there have been different approaches tried in the past, but now we are talking about a platformization approach, which actually talks about how of a successful consolidation strategy, right? So basically it says platformization is a structured architecture approach to simplifying cybersecurity architecture in your organization in a specific domains, right? To get better security efficacy, decision making against attacks. It could be known attacks or unknown attacks, and on top of that, business value, which is not possible to achieve with siloed and disaggregated approaches or products. So this is basically a necessary condition which every business, every organization is trying to achieve. Now, cybersecurity platformization, the approach can, I will just complete the slide. So basically there are 6 design principles which anybody can adopt and anybody can use to consolidate. The first and foremost is identify the platformization areas, the domain where you want to consolidate, right? You start with that. That prioritizing the unification of the consoles, the front end, right? The AI readiness for that specific technology or that domain which you are trying to consolidate. Benefit of reducing operator fatigue, right? The alert fatigue is a known phenomenon. So how we can, reduce that with consolidation and platformization. And then you go and talk to a vendor which has capability to demonstrate that improvement in security outcomes with a defined metrics, which is relevant to you, your organization and your business. And then you evaluate the vendor with all those consolidation options available from that specific vendor. Now, with that being said, what is it that Palo Alto Network has to offer when it comes to platformization and simplicity? So, Palo Alto Networks, as you know, has been in the industry for almost 18 to 20 years. Been known for the flagship product of the network security. Now, over a period of time, we have been innovating constantly, improvising our product capabilities and offerings, and enhancing our product to make sure that we could able to provide more and more coverage, more and more use cases, more and more functionality in our products to make sure that we can work with our customers at a larger scale. We started with network security, and then we, of course, now have cloud security platform and the AI-driven SecOps platform available from us. All these enhancements, all these features, functionalities available over a series of, like 18 years, came with our innovation itself, or we acquired some of the companies strategically over a period of time to make sure that these capabilities are available with us. If you're not able to win it, we simply acquire and integrate in our product portfolio, right? So this makes Palo Alto Networks the most relevant cybersecurity partner for any organization on the planet. So irrespective of your business, if you're doing a digital transformation in any of these, I'm sure you're doing something around any of these three areas, this is where Palo Alto Networks can work with you and then help you consolidate platformization in your environment. Just doing a double click, when we're talking about platformization, right, one of the things come to our mind is there are best of breed solutions available out there, which are far better, gives you better efficacy, and so on and so forth, right? And when anybody thinks of platformization, they believe or they assume that they have to compromise on the efficacy. Now with Palo Alto Networks, no more, right? As you can see here, in each domain, we have the leadership, established leadership in each domain. If you take an example of network security, we have 9 recognitions, industry recognition just in network security space. Similarly, 7 in cloud security, and then 5 in the SecOps. All these leaderships, technical advancement has been proven by the world of Gartner's, Forrester, Frost & Sullivan, GigaOm, IDCs, and all those reports, which we recognize, right? Which we consider when we try to take a decision on our digital journey, right? So when you're going ahead with Palo Alto Network platformization approach, you can be rest assured that you will get the best of the breed with the capability to consolidate and the platformization in your organization. Now, if you take any specific area, right, we can help you, and we are helping our customer to consolidate minimum 4 to 7 different siloed product into one single unified cohesive platform. So if you take an example of network security, 4 to 7, cloud security 3 to 8, and then if you talk about SecOps, security operations, it is 3 to 7, right? Now the beauty is that in order to start the journey, you don't need to rip and replace, okay? You can start the journey from anywhere. You can start with basic firewall and then you can grow. Because we understand that as an organization, you would have taken a call to deploy that specific product at different point in time. So firewall may be purchased at a different time, proxy purchased in a different time, APD purchased in a different time, and so on and so forth, and all those things. It will be extremely difficult for you to cut everything and then buy one single large solution. So we have made it very easy to adopt it, right? You start with whatever is available to you, whatever the opportunity you have at this point in time, let's say firewall, and then you build on top of it. As and when your proxy agreement or your proxy contract expires, you consolidate with Palo Alto Networks, and so on and so forth. Similarly, when you talk about cloud security, you can start with CSPM, and then you can build on top of it. And then security operations, if you have an EDR contract, you can start with Palo Alto Networks, and then you can start building on top of it. And then naturally, logically, you can consolidate all those different tools which you may have into these 3 distinct platforms. Now, we talked about operations, right? It is a real nightmare to manage, update, check the health of the system, make sure that you have the best practices, make sure you're compliant across the different devices, right? So what we have done is, we have unified the console of all those different technologies which we discussed. So actually, if somebody counted, I talked about 23 different technologies across these 3 domains, right? So we are bringing those 23 different consoles, policy management, teams into 3 consoles, okay? So with these 3 consoles, you can have the complete view of the network security, what kind of applications are flowing, what kind of threats are coming in, and so on and so forth. And then a single policy, single pane of glass to manage, maintain, and make sure that your network is healthy, your systems are healthy, and you are compliant at the same time. The same is extended to cloud security, code to cloud, and then security operations, right from your EDR, XDR, same SOAR, all those kind of tools. You will have this single view of any incident in your environment. So that's what we are working on, some innovative stuff. which is already available to our customers, and I would request you to come and experience at our demo center. But what next, right? As we know that AI is changing the game, right? The hackers have already started leveraging AI, okay? And they're using it to speed up their attack, scale, and so on and so forth, and all those things. So what is that we are doing, right? At Palo Alto Networks, we have built for ourselves something called as precision AI, right? Because in the security world, if somebody comes and tells you, hey, I'm 80% confident that this IOC is good, 20% I'm not sure, what will you do, right? There is always a gray element. So what we have done is we have built something called as precision AI. Now this precision AI is built on 3 basic components, right? The first is machine learning. So AI, ML, artificial intelligence and machine learning has been used in our product for about a decade, but we have just changed this to make it, adopt the latest innovation in the AI to give you better outcomes. So machine learning is basically to analyze all the attacks, all the learning which we had for last 15 to 18 years, how we can pass it on to our customers to make sure that the products which you're using, the solutions which you're using, the platform which you're using, they can take the decision right time with the precision, right? So that's the machine learning which we have built over a period of time. We also have deep learning. So this is basically help us provide the context around the attack, right? So that is something which is available. So if something happens, we have the complete context available to us. And then finally, the generative AI, which is the human way of interacting with the technology. So, you don't need to learn the machine language. You can naturally engage with the technology and understand what is happening. So this precision AI is being integrated and infused into all our product line, which we discussed, Strata, which is network security, Prisma Cloud, is the code to cloud platform, and then Cortex, which is the SecOps. This is available all across, these systems are available. And what we have done is we have actually built Copilot on top of the precision AI. This is a way to interact with the technology, the complex technologies and the complex solutions in a more natural way of understanding what is happening, what needs to be done, and then what is the current state. So all these becomes a very natural language. The tool itself will give you reports, you can interact, you can take the decision, basically help you, give you more confidence, 100% confidence, to take actions. Now, all these tools are available. I would request you to come and experience it, but at the same time, with our learning of 15, 18 years, we have built certain models which will be applicable out of the box to your organization, right? So you can simply connect, leverage the AI models which Palo Alto has developed, and then this will able to help you solve some of the challenges in your environment. But at the same time, it has an ability to learn in your environment as well, right? Because we believe every environment is different. So this technology will also able to learn your environment, and then will able to bring in predictability in your environment, right? That what is happening and how to solve the issues, right? What is the processes you are following? It will continuously run and keep on doing automation on a day-to-day basis, right? So you will reach a stage some point in time where you don't need to spend time on repetitive tasks. You will actually focus on threat hunting, identifying a new attacks in your environment. All the day-to-day tasks, all the repetitive tasks is being handled by the AI. Palo Alto Networks is a $100 billion market cap company, the largest cybersecurity company, having a revenue of around 7 billion, right? Out of which we are investing back 1 billion to make sure that we could able to bring all the innovations to our customers and to make sure that their digital transformation journey is safe and secure, right? I would request you to visit our booth, have a first-hand experience about our technology. You can scan this barcode and learn about our precision AI even more. Thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it. Thank you.